I should not be eating this. This is what I do when I finally get my son to go to sleep. Because I don't want him eating this crap. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Charmaine and today is going to be a pretty quick video. Now my surroundings are a little bit different but still kind of the same because I did rearrange this little area that I'm sitting in. There's a plant in the background now. Still nothing on the wall, but hopefully that will change eventually. But anyways, today I'm going to be showing you how to fix a broken nail. And when I say broken nail, I mean like it's about to come off. My nails are pretty long and sometimes I will break a nail, it'll split at the stupidest part of your nail where it really hurts. Sometimes it bleeds, but it'll split. It'll only split like a quarter of the way or halfway, but it won't come off all the way. And if it's still like that, there's still a chance to save it. And I'm gonna show you how. Let's get started. So you wanna make sure that your nails are completely naked, nothing's on them, any acrylic or gel is filed off, and it's just your natural nails. And then you wanna file your nails into the shape that you want in the end, just to have them ready to go. You can either use a paper towel, a Kleenex, you can even use a tea bag if you don't mind wasting the tea inside or using a tea ball that you have for a loose leaf, and you just cut a piece from it and use that. But today I'm going to just use the paper towel, and with paper towel and Kleenex as well, they usually have plies, so that means that there's layers of it and you just want to separate the layers. So with paper towel it's a little harder. You just kind of have to find the edge and just separate it. You can use it together, but I find it easier to separate it. You can either cut it or rip a piece depending on how big your breakage is. You just want a piece big enough to cover it. Anything surrounding it that you don't put glue on, you will end up filing off anyways. So you just rip a couple pieces. I usually put 2 pieces. If it's a really bad rip like mine, you might want to do 3 or 4 just to layer it up. If it's like almost ripping off, definitely do more than 2. So I just ripped off 3 little pieces. And again, depending on how it ripped, if you have kind of some nail underneath, like if the layers rip, then it's easier to glue down. But like mine, for instance, it kind of just cracked. So mine's gonna be a little bit more difficult. I can't just glue it underneath or else I'm gonna be gluing it to my skin. You just want to rough up the surface where the actual break is, and obviously try not to lift the nail. So your surface is roughed up, you just take your glue and you want to start with a layer of glue first. And again, like I said, depending on how it ripped, you can glue it underneath, but I'm not going to because mine is just kind of like a crack and I don't want it gluing to my skin. So you just dab it on and then you just sit and let that dry a little bit. So once it's pretty dry, you just want to take your file again and file it over. Just a light file, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. And then you just want to do the glue layer one more time. And let that dry. Once that's dry, again, take your file and just go over it and rough it up. Just lightly, just to get that shine away and so the surface isn't smooth. And then it's time to add your paper towel pieces or whatever you're using. So again, you take your glue, you put a good layer on where the crack is. Then you take your paper towel piece and you just place that on the glue. The paper towel will soak up the glue. You kind of just have to shape it to your nail. So you might get glue on your fingertips during this process. You can use tweezers to avoid that if you want. You kind of go on either side of the crack and hold it down for a couple seconds just to make sure the paper towel soaks up the glue. And then you can take the glue again and add some on top. Kind of just press it down as you add some more. And you only need to add it to where the breakage is. You don't need to go crazy and add it to the whole paper towel. While it's drying, you can take some little scissors and just cut the excess off around it, just so it's easier for when you go to file it, but just, you know, make sure that you don't clip your nail on accident, because that would kind of defeat the purpose of trying to save what's broken. And once that's pretty dry, you just go around and file it. I usually start with the the edges because they come off pretty easily. Yeah, the edges coming off. Again, you're just lightly doing it. You don't want everything to come off. So then you want to do another layer. And you just keep adding layers until you think it is thick enough. Again, glue, and then a piece of paper towel or Kleenex or whatever you are using. You can also order patches online. That's really good for this. It's kind of netted. I forget what it's called. If you know what I'm talking about, comment down below the name of it. Again, once that's done drying, just file it off. You can clip around it so it's easier to file, so there's less to file. And if you clip around it too, it helps when you file that it doesn't pull up the layer if it's not completely dry. And once that's filed, you just do it one more time or how many ever times you feel is good. The last layer I do like to put a little bit more because I do file it the most, so I don't want it filing off the other pieces of paper towel. Like I said, I do file this layer the most just to smooth everything over. A little bit of a hangnail here that ripped off, so I'm trying not to file too much there. Alright, and that's it, all patched up and good to be painted. My suggestion for this is that you put acrylic on top or gel polish on top. I wouldn't use regular nail polish on top of this. I feel like it might not hold as long if you use regular polish, but if you have like a gel or acrylic on top, then it will hold. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do the rest of my nails. I'm gonna clean them up, file them, put a primer on, and put my gel polish on top, and I'll show you the end result. Okay, so I put gel on all my nails. If you want to see a video on how I do my gel nails at home, let me know in the comments below. And that's the finished result. You can still kind of see it. It's kind of hard to see it though. So if you want to just leave it like this, you can. But I'm going to add a colored nail polish. And once I do that, you won't even be able to tell. So today my nails are done and fixed and pretty and girly. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification to get notified when I post new videos. I do post every Thursday. Don't forget to follow me on other social media. My Snapchat and Twitter is NotSoPlainChar, and everything else is NotSoPlainCharmaine. Alright, thanks for watching. Love ya. Bye.